to a new video. My name is Blessing Kawara, and if you're a new person watching me, thank you very much. And if you're a regular, you are most welcome back. Okay, welcome to the B Squad. Okay, if you want to join the B Squad, it's easy as just subscribing and checking out my previous videos to catch up on what B is up to in this period. Okay, so today's segment is basically me letting you know what I did not expect moving in with my in-laws. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna be real raw and juicy. Okay, so I have my notes here, so if you see me looking this way, just know I'm reading, but I'm also, talking from my heart and my head, because Sana, living with your in-laws is no child's play, especially if you literally come from living by yourself, being the woman of the house. Okay, so without further ado, let me get on with the video. So if you guys follow me on my social media networks, my TikTok, my Facebook, you guys know, and my YouTube actually, because my YouTube is the main source of information, it's the main source of business. Okay, so if you have watched my recent video that I moved in with my in-laws, which is something big. Okay, and let me just give you a recap. I was living alone with my partner and my little baby in Cape Town, and we moved now to Mpumalanga, which is really hot, so that's another problem. Okay, but baby, yeah, Pazamisa, I'm just joking, you can talk.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so we moved here for reasons that I'll share later on. Okay, but it's not that deep. Okay, so let me get going. So basically, it's things I didn't expect living with my in-laws. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this segment is called First Time Mom Living with Her In-Laws Part 2. Okay, Part 1 was the vlog, so this is Part 2, one-on-one conversation. Okay, so things I didn't expect living with my in-laws. Okay, number 1 is how exposed I would feel. So So basically, I'm direct drama, guys. I am a baby, first of all. Like, I cry. I'm just a spoiled brat. Okay, and as I should, because I'm a spoiled brat to my mains. Okay, so so basically, living here just literally made me literally shift my attitude. Even when I'm mad at Josh, I literally can't go out this premises of the room and go out Like, I'm literally on point two. Like, what do you mean? But I'm not gonna let things that are not gonna matter in 2 months stress me right now. So I'm just gonna go on like it never happened, okay? So we're on point three again. The silent pressure of being a good wife. Okay, so I don't have the pressure because my in-laws are the coolest people ever. I don't feel pressure of waking up at 6 a.m. I don't have pressure at all. No, like I'm a daughter in this house. Okay, I'm not a wife. I'm someone's daughter. Okay, so I don't have pressure that they're observing me and they're checking me and what and they judging me. No, my parents-in-law are the sweetest, most... Sorry if my eyes are looking there. I'm looking at this fly. My in-laws are the most sweetest people in this life. Okay, if you think that my man's a sweet... Okay, but why are you thinking that my man's a sweet? Exactly, don't think about my man's. Next. How parenting would feel different. Yes, that is a big one. So obviously now there is 4 parents. Yeah, okay, it's not only me and Josh, is 4 parents. No, this one is big because me, I don't like to be told what to do, especially when it comes to my child that I took out so hard. Guys, if you have not watched my birth story vlog, what are you doing? Okay, please go watch it because you will see there where I tell you guys how I struggled to take this child out of my body. Okay, so you want to tell me what to do with my child? I don't take that lightly. Okay, so I don't like that at all. And obviously there is opinions thrown left, right and center. For example, what Nathan eats, and I obviously, as a content creator, as a first-time mom that is loving being a first-time mom, I literally planned my whole life around my baby in terms of what he's gonna eat when he starts eating at 6 months, and introducing baby led weaning and literally finger food. And his grandmama is like, hell no. His grandmama was like, he's too young, and I was like, he ain't young. So it was the back and forth, you know. But she knows how to restrain. She knows how to let me be a mom, and that I love you, Mama Zara, for that. I love you for that. She knows when to leave me be a mom, okay? But obviously there is some times where she's like, okay, no, she's too young, or no, you know. And I love it because sometimes I do ask her for her opinions and whatnot, you know. So yeah, she gives her opinion when I ask and not Jay. So I love that for her. I love that for our relationship, okay? And then the other situation was Nathan's hair. She wanted me to cut his hair because she was like, it's hair, it's the hair from the womb, but it's not good. And I just needed more facts. I needed more science. I needed more logic. I didn't need that it's good. Like, give me more facts. Give me more, you know, more meat upon the bone, you know. So I didn't want to cut his hair. I was like, hell no, I'm gonna keep my baby's hair long until, you know. But the reason I cut it was because he had dry patches on his head. So that means, you know, when a baby has cradle cap in, when he's a baby newborn, I think that was from there, because obviously I didn't realize that I'm supposed to like really like inside and clean it. Guys, cradle cap, I really struggled with cradle cap. Okay, so I think yeah, I should have really made sure that it was all gone. So I think that was from that. So I just cut his hair with the scissors, so now I could really, you know, check out his scalp and check out every angle, every part of his hair. So now he's good. And yeah, so I think those were the 2 main back and forths that I had, with a million opinions upon my baby that I didn't like. But I know one thing, that if you and your partner are together, no one can separate you and your guys' opinion or your guys' decision upon your child. So me and Josh are very, when we decide on something that is regards to Nathan, we stick to it, and really they cannot say anything because they do respect our decision. And yeah, so I like that for us. Number 5, the small things that would trigger me regarding kitchen routines or anything regarding cleaning and how they do and how I do it. So listen, here I don't do anything. I'm literally a princess, okay? I don't clean. The only thing I clean here is my room, me and Josh's room, and the reason being is because I really need to work, okay? And sometimes my work is really demanding, so at least I work from 9 to 6, so after 6 I can wash and bath Nathan, and in between the day I feed Nathan, and it's really flexible and also demanding. If you get it, you get it, okay? I work from home, so yeah. The next one is, as I said, I'm a princess. There's no routines needed here. My mama Zala literally cleans everything, and obviously when I'm not busy I help her with cooking and everything, and I love cooking, so that is not a problem, okay? Number 6, how grateful I would feel. Financial relief, help with the baby, and shared responsibilities. Okay, regarding paying rent, because we're not paying rent here, I guess so. Yeah, it's cute and all. Oh, welcome B squad. Hi guys. Hi. Okay, obviously you guys see a new hairdo, new outfit, literally a few days after the clip you just watched, but I'm obviously gonna finish off what I was saying, because the last time I couldn't finish because it became dark. I didn't have a ring light. Everything was bad. But today, honey, I'm gonna finish it because I know you guys really want this out. And I was live recently and someone was like, hey girl, I live with my in-laws as well. How is that? So I'm so glad that there are people relating to my content and relating to living with their in-laws, okay? So this is for you, okay? If you are a lady living with their in-laws, trying to navigate everything, if you're living with your parents as an adult that has a baby, sit yourself down and listen to what I have to say, and maybe you'll relate, and share down below anything you guys think and if you guys relate to what I'm saying. But without further ado, let's get into the video, okay? I don't want to make it long. Okay, so I think the last thing I said was regarding rent and, you know, financial, like the difference between living alone and the current situation here. So yes, we're not paying rent and stuff, but I guess it's different. Yes, it is different, and it's better, I guess. Yeah, so in terms of rent, yes, it's better. We don't pay rent here, you know, like we have a way of splitting everything in terms of the groceries and stuff, so I guess it's good. Actually, regarding those expenses, rent and everything, we still buy, you know, things in the house. So I think that load of rent and, you know, every month having to pay rent is a bit chilled. So I really can't say anything about that, only to say that it's better, and we only now focus on food, on electricity, you know, helping where we can help, you know, so I guess it's good. So let me just try to get my notes here so I can see where I was, basically. Just hold on. Okay. Did anyone else have to adjust to completely different routines when moving in with family? Like, okay, so me and Josh were talking this week. Like, it's, you know, when we first moved in, it was like, yeah, we're home. We're gonna save, what. But now, when we're in deep in the cahoots, we actually realized that actually we miss our own space. And not to say it in a bad way that we, but just to say actually this is not our home. Like even last night actually, I was feeling a bit of funky, because, you know, us girls, we go through hormones and all these feelings, and I'm just so, like, my time of the month is crazy, right? So I was going through a lot. I was feeling irritated and everything. And then I realized, like, I just can't step out of this room and just not talk. Like, if I step out of this room, there's someone that's gonna ask me, what? Someone's gonna talk to me. And obviously I can't, I have to change my attitude. I have to, be representable. I can't just be like, okay, I'm irritated, please keep quiet. That's what happens when you live with other people. So that is the biggest adjustment, because sometimes you don't want to talk. You get what I'm saying? You just want to go to the kitchen, you want to get yourself a snack and come back to your room and watch a movie. But you can't do that because you're living with people. So I think that's the biggest thing that I'm still getting used to, because I love my own space. Like, I don't like always talking to people. So I guess that's the only problem. So I think that's the only thing. And also for Josh, even though it's his family, me and Josh have spent so much time together and alone. So this is also like kind of different for him. And it's actually encouraging us to get the hell out of here in a good way. Okay. Next, how do you handle less personal space when living with extended family? Yes, as I said, personal space. You come here in the room, you have personal space. Shame, they do give us personal space. They take Nathan. They're more than happy to help with Nathan. We have our own personal space, so that is good. I have no problems with that. Have you ever experienced different parenting opinions when living with family? How did you do with that? Definitely, that is the biggest problem. Literally, that is the biggest problem. As you guys know, our parents-in-law, everything have their own way of parenting, have their own way of just doing everything, right? And we come in and we're like, no, this is how we do it. And they're like, no, this is how it's done, right? But I can see that my parents-in-law are not that, they let us be parents, if I can say it that way. But obviously there's sometimes where they like, but they're not that bad. Like, honestly, Shame, like hands down, I know they're even watching this, hands down, Shame, you guys are not that bad. I love you guys down. I'm thinking of an incident that happened recently. So basically, Nathan was being changed his diaper, and his granddad he took the diaper and he put it in the plastic, right? And Josh was like, Dad, you need to close the diaper, then put it in the plastic. And then the dad was like, no, you can just put it in the plastic without closing it. So, certain things like that, it's like, back and forth. And like, I just feel like in stuff like that, sometimes they should just let us as parents do what we want to do with our child. And also me and Josh should also sometimes, not everything has to be back and forth, but when it comes to Nathan, what we say is what we say, and they should respect that. That's what I feel. And so let's move on. Do you think living with a family makes raising a baby easier because of the support? Definitely. How many times have I felt overstimulated? Especially now Nathan is growing up, he just wants to be entertained. He's moving around with his walker, touching things, pushing things, breaking things. So it's so helpful, so much helpful, guys. I cannot stress this enough. It's so much helpful that there's someone that can watch him when I need to take a break, or when we're working, or I'm just tired, or I need to shoot my content. Literally now I'm shooting my content. Granddad is outside with Nathan. I gave him a bottle, he's feeding Nathan. So I'm so grateful for these kind of moments. I remember last week, I was feeling so tired. I was like, oh my gosh, I just needed a break. I took Nathan, went to go give him to his grandparents. They don't have a problem, they love him down. So yes, I'm so grateful, and the support is highly appreciated. Okay. And even during the week at 6, Nathan wakes up at 6 a.m, right? So his dad takes him and goes and give Nathan to his parents, and then they do the whole shebang with him. They wash him, they feed him, everything. And then when the parents wake up, you know, we just do the small pieces, but they do everything else. I wash him at 6 p.m. for his bath time, for his sleeping time. I wash him. But yes, like yes. Mwah. Village is the best. I love my village. Next question. What lessons have you learned about patience and communication when sharing a home with others? Yes, I have definitely learned patience, and that not everything needs to be you right and I'm right and I'm the parent. Like, I literally give my mama Zala leeway to do what she wants with Nathan, and I love it because she raised 3 kids, and I'm with one of her child. She raised 3 kids. I wouldn't say she did a good job with Josh, because look at Josh. I'm joking, guys. I love the man down. Okay. Yeah, but I give my mama Zala leeway to do what she wants with Nathan, and I just think the only problem I literally have is Nathan's feeding situation, right? Because I want him to start eating like solids and everything, but his granny's like, no, he's still young or whatever. But other than that, it's fine. I'm still, you know, like, she still gives me way. We give each other way in terms of I want to feed him or whatever, but she just gives her an opinion, like maybe smash the bananas more or whatever. So she's a very loving, understanding, like, she doesn't push her opinion or she doesn't push her ways onto me, and I love her down for that. Okay, so I just want to generalize everything, like my whole experience living with my in-laws, and this is real. Okay, this is gonna be real. Me and Josh were talking about going back to Cape Town, right? And I just want to check if okay, it's recording. So me and Josh were talking about going back to Cape Town, and the way I appreciate their support and I love them down, like they literally are my parents right now. I said to Josh, we should take them with us. Like, they are going with us. No other way, Kesana. Because they loving people, guys. Like, honestly, I love them down. Like, my what is it? Father-in-law, love him down. My mother-in-law, love her down. Like, I love them down so much. So definitely, if we decide to go back to Cape Town, they're definitely coming with us. They're loving people, they understand people, they find people, they're just good people all around. Okay, so to generalize everything, yes, sometimes it's, you have to get used to living with people and whatever, but it's not all. Hey guys, my phone is full. I was just trying to make space, but let me just get this done because Sana body. Anyway, just to wrap everything up, my experience with my in-laws living here has been a blessing so far. Love the support, love the help, love the love. Okay, they're so loving people. Like, if you want a definition of a Christian, it's them. Okay, so I love them down. Like, literally, me saying that if we could have moved back to Cape Town, I would literally bring them with. That should speak volumes on its own. Okay, so that's my experience. If you wanna maybe think that I'll have another opinion, come back in 4 months in July and let's see the update on my experience here. But for now, 2 months living in here, clock it. The only problem I have is the weather, but other than that, clock it. So thank you guys for watching. I love you so much. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and please let me know, guys, how's your experience. Like, let a girl know. Okay, let's gossip down below about those in-laws. Okay, bye.